Hello, you're in tune with the Indiana State Police Roadshow. I'm your host, Captain Dave Burston, Chief Public Information Officer for the Indiana State Police. And graciously, who you're used to seeing sitting in this chair, First Sergeant Rich Myers, he's out shooting today to make sure that he's properly qualified to carry a firearm. So I didn't want to pull him away from that, so he's granted me permission to host the show. And we can't do this without our sponsors, the Indiana State Police Alliance and Cops for Kids, who graciously sponsor us and allow us to bring this show to you each and every week. Now, today I have a guest, newly promoted. You don't have your hardware on yet.
I do not. I didn't get it yet.
You didn't get it yet. The promotion ceremony is still coming up, isn't it?
Next week.
Next week. Newly promoted Sergeant Danielle Elwood Henderson. How are you going by? What name are you going by?
Elwood Henderson.
Elwood Henderson. Okay, that's firmly decided?
Yes.
Okay, no ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, so we don't have to change your email that much or anything.
Nope.
It's all going to be simple. Well, Danielle, welcome to the program. It's good to have you here. And what I like to do with every guest is turn the mic over to them, let you talk a little bit about yourself, tell us what you did before you came on the state police, what your assignments were since you came on, and tell us about your recent promotion. The mic is yours.
Well, thank you very much for having me today. Before I was a state trooper, I actually was a horse trainer. I did that for quite a few years, had my own business, and decided I wanted to do something with criminal justice. So I decided to put my app in, and it made it into the 70th class, which I was pretty excited about. I graduated there in 2011 and went up to the Lowell district, and I was just a normal road trooper up there. I was certified as a reconstructionist, an FTO, and I worked the youth camps up there. And recently we've moved down to central Indiana because my husband is now on the central SWAT team.
So your husband's a state police officer as well.
He is. Yes, he is. We actually have, we're out of the same class, so that's where we met.
So, and, I know that, husband and wives, the wives always outrank the husbands, but you really outrank them now, don't you?
It is very true. I'm okay with that, though.
So, and he follows every direction to the T.
I've asked to be called Sarge at home. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, he committed a violation, though, this morning, didn't he?
He may have locked the car in the garage and took the garage door opener with him.
But being a true trooper, adapt, overcome, and you made it here for the show, and I appreciate that. And now we've totally trashed Brandon on radio and on YouTube, which reminds me, I didn't thank the man that makes all this happen, Tom Trial, who's behind the camera off to my right here, that puts us on YouTube each and every week. So you made it here. From horse training to applying and becoming a state police officer, being a field training officer. You worked with camps, which I would be remiss to not tell people what you were promoted to was to take the place of recently retired Sergeant Ray Poole, who served as camp coordinator for, gosh, that was nearly 2 decades that he performed that. Are you going to stay for 20 years and do it?
Hopefully. That's a really long time.
Tom, I hope you caught that expression when I asked her that question. So yeah, that is a long time, but he did a good job. I know you're going to meet and exceed what he did. So what got your interest in the career camps? Did you go to a career camp?
I did not. I was born and raised in Michigan, and I didn't even know that camps existed until probably my second year on the Indiana State Police. And one of my classmates had actually asked me if I'd be interested in being a counselor at the Trine University camp. And I said, sure. I really enjoy working with kids and thought it would be fun. So I was a camp counselor there for 2 years. And then I had the opportunity to be a director of my own camp.
So once you were there 1 year, you were kind of hooked.
I really enjoyed, watching the kids come in and seeing the change in them. And yeah, it got me pretty quick, and I've really enjoyed it.
Well, tell us a little bit about the kinds of camps that are available for youth to go to as far as law enforcement experience.
There's 3 different camps. We have a pioneer camp, and that's from recommendation only. That's like sixth grade, 7th grade kids, and we ask that that's by recommendation. We also run a law camp, which is 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and there's 2 of those. There's one at Anderson and then Vincennes University, and those are 4-day camps. They typically start on a Wednesday and end on a Saturday. And then the 3rd camp we run is a high school camp, and that is called a career camp, and it's for all high school age students. And that one is a week-long camp.
Where the career camp that is for high school, where are those camps run?
There's 3 of those. There's one at Trine University in Angola. There's one at Vincennes University. And then our third one, we've moved from St. Joe College. We're now going to try running it at Ancilla College, which is in Plymouth.
So, well, you mentioned I want to come back and talk about the Pioneer Camp. And that's an important camp because, as you mentioned, it's got to be referral. And these are camps for at-risk youth. And these are youth that we're trying to capture before they really take a very wrong turn in their life that'll have long-term implications. Talk a little bit more about that camp and how kids are referred to it.
Basically, they have to... We like them to talk to our directors a little bit. So if someone thinks that they have a kid that they want to recommend or have go to that camp, we just ask that you contact us. They can talk to one of our directors and kind of see the issues or problems that the child may be having and see if they qualify for that camp or if they would be better served at the law camp. So that's just something that we kind of have to go on a kid-by-kid basis a little bit. And
the law camp, which is more for the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, yes, that you mentioned, that's also for kids that have an interest in law enforcement.
Correct. Yep.
What kind of things do the kids do at the law camp?
There's all sorts of things, and it's kind of similar to the career camp. It's just a shorter camp, but we want the kids to see all different aspects of law enforcement. From the trooper side, we want them to see what our canines do, what our scuba team does. So they have demonstrations from all of our specialty disciplines that come in, our SWAT team, our bomb squad. Everybody comes in and talks to the kids and kind of shows them a little bit about what they do and what it takes to get into that specialty.
And I think the neat thing about our camp is that we aren't trying to indoctrinate kids and say, come become state police officers, because you cover all forms of law enforcement, don't you?
Yes. We have fire departments come in, we have city agencies, and we have county agencies. We have everybody come in. We kind of want the kids to understand and see us also as humans and understand what we go through to become state troopers, but that we also have personal lives and that we're approachable if they need something.
From what you've told us, there may be some people, okay, you've been talking about the camps. How do I find out how to sign up my kid? Or maybe there's a high school age student that's listening and say, I want to go to that camp. How do they sign up for a camp?
If they want to sign up for a camp, they can go to trooper.org and they can fill out an application that's online. It'll ask you which camp they want to go to, and you simply just fill in the blank and send it in. And if they want to email us, they can email us. All that information is on our website at trooper.org.
So very easy, trooper.org, and you can find out everything about all the camps from the Pioneer to the law camp to the career camp.
Yes.
So it's all there. If you're just joining us, you are in tune with the Indiana State Police Roadshow. I'm your host, Captain Dave Burston, Chief Public Information Officer for the Indiana State Police. Sitting in for the fantastic Rich Myers, who is right now out shooting and demonstrating his great capability with a firearm. At least he better be doing that. And my guest today is Sergeant Danielle Elwood Henderson, recently promoted and a member of the department since 2011, correct?
Correct.
We're talking about the state police camps, the opportunities there for youth, from youth at risk, for our Pioneer Camp, for kids 6th, 7th, and 8th grade that maybe have an interest in law enforcement, and the career camp, which I have an affinity to, and I think you already knew this, but I went to the career camp back in the 70s, long before you were born,
right?
When it was up at Lafayette, it was not too far from the Purdue campus. Still have a lot of great memories from that, and of course, followed through with that experience and became a trooper. When we look at the different experiences and the things that you've had, talk a little bit about the counselors, the people that come and volunteer their time, because while the department pays for them to be there, we only pay for an 8.5-hour day. And any counselor that comes to that, they're committed really 24 hours a day for the length of the camp, aren't they?
Yes, they are. You typically see troopers that really want to be involved in the community come out to this. They have no issue volunteering that time and maybe taking a little bit away from their family, but they want to have that impact on kids, and so they're willing to stay all week or be there. And the commitment isn't just that week long. It's something that keeps going on, because a lot of them mentor the kids afterward. Phone calls or emails, they try to keep up with them and make sure that they keep that good impact in their lives.
So another important factor. And of course, something we haven't touched on, and it's in the back of everybody's mind: cost, money. What's it cost to go to a camp? As they say, nothing in life is free, and we would love to offer our camps for free, but we can't. Talk a little bit about costs, and I think there are some scholarship opportunities as well, aren't there?
Yes. So the cost of the law camps is $155, and then the cost of the career camps is $255. The cost basically goes to covering the campus facilities that we use. There are opportunities for scholarships. Basically, what we ask is that you call us, and if you have a financial need, you have to demonstrate that, and then we will work on, we have some different people that work with us, and we'll work on getting you a scholarship.
And even at the most expensive one, the $255, you talked about the facilities, but you left out an important thing: 3 meals a day.
Yes.
Right. So that's covering for that 5-day camp. That's covering the facilities, a place for your child to sleep, or your young adult to sleep, all the meals, everything. That really is a bargain.
Yes, everything's included. And of course, they get like a camp T-shirt. We have different things that we give them throughout the week. And we have a lot of people that, not only troopers, but people that volunteer their time, and we don't have to pay for that. So we do, that cost is covering the 3 meals a day, and it's actually really good food. I've eaten it a couple of times, and the sleeping arrangements and all the classes.
Not just a bologna sandwich with mustard.
No.
Okay.
There's variety there.
And the other neat thing is, because these are held at universities, it gives the teenagers an idea of what campus life would be about. Not that they would necessarily go to that particular college, but the experiences are similar, and it just helps them be thinking about, what am I going to do after high school, and continuing on to higher education.
Yes, it does.
So let's see, what have we've not talked about? What can people do if they want to contribute to camps and help sponsor a young boy or young girl to go to camp?
If someone wants to donate, they're always welcome to donate. And they can just look up our information again on trooper.org. They can get a hold of me, and I can help them with that donation. We're always looking for people to sponsor kids, or just donate to the camps, because that's how we run, and that's how we're able to buy things for the kids. Maybe that's extra snacks in the afternoon to give to the kids, or the T-shirts that we provide to them, or just to be able to let that kid go cost free because they couldn't afford it.
So we've got just a couple of minutes left in our program, and I want to talk a little bit more about the number of youth that is served at the camps each year. So about how many do you have going to each of the camps?
It really depends. Typically, we see around 30 at each career camp, and then the law camps, we have about 40 at each camp. So, each year is a little bit different, but we would love to raise those numbers up and get more kids involved.
So I'd like you, if you would for me, Danielle, just to kind of briefly highlight each of the camps, starting with the Pioneer Camp, how long they are, what the cost factor is, and just highlight that for us.
Okay. The Pioneer camps, they typically run from a Monday to a Thursday. They're $150. Again, you can find that application online at trooper.org. And then the law camps, they run from Wednesday to Saturday. They're $155 as well. Application is still online. And then the career camps, they run from Sunday until Friday, where each one has a graduation. And the application is online, and they're $255.
Now, if somebody wanted to talk to you more about the camp experiences, is there a phone number that they can reach you at?
They can call me at the Indiana State Police Museum. That's where my office is, and they're very welcome to give me a call there, and I can chat with them as much as they want or answer any questions that they have.
And if you got a pencil and paper in hand, the number to the museum is 317-899-8293. That number again is 317-899-8293. 8293. Normal business hours, give up, call Danielle, and if she's in, she'll help you out, and if not, they'll get the message to her. So, Danielle, thank you so very much for being part of the show today. Don't give Brandon too much grief for locking you out of your car, okay?
I'll try not.
So I appreciate it. Those of you that have listened to the show before, you know that Rich Myers normally signs out by saying Roadshow out. When I close the show before, I talk about the importance of seatbelts. Please, 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 always remember to buckle up. The life you save may be your own or that of somebody you love. So until next time, we'll see you at the Indiana State Police Roadshow. Bye-bye.